Sim Nation, what's good? It's your boy Q here, bringing y'all some 2K19 My League gameplay. This is my Hornets. This isn't even my real Hornets My League or anything. This is just a test My League for me to see who's on the roster, what they can do, what I can run. Just labbing, really. But this gameplay is on Superstar, and well, I tell you, man, this 2K right here, best 2K I've ever played in my life. Hands down, man. This is the most fire 2K that there has ever been. And I don't understand how anybody can deny that. Now, I've been having my ear to the community, and everybody's saying how this 2K is so hard, or, you know, it's broken. The shooting is broken, or the steals are broken, and I get it. Like, it's different. It's harder. It's not broken, it's harder. And you need to get better. It's that simple. You know, this 2K isn't a 2K you can just pick up and dominate at. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different. It's built different. This isn't a 2K that you can hop right on the park and green every release. And this is not that 2K. You know, if you're a skilled player, this 2K is going to humble you really quickly. I found that out very soon. This is actually my second game in my league, playing against the Heat here. My first game, however, was ugly. When I tell you it was ugly, that game was ugly. I got beat by 42, y'all. 42 points. Now, usually my first game I always jump on Superstar, and there's always a little bit of a learning curve for me, but as soon as I get the controls, and usually the shooting needs some tuning or whatever, and I always get beat, usually by, 10 to 15, but this year, like, got beat by 42 by the Bucks. It was ugly. I played against Giannis, and Giannis is the most unstoppable force I've ever played against on any video game in my life. Giannis had like 45 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. Like, he was getting it in. He had a Giannis game. And me playing with the Hornets, there was really nobody that I could put on him to slow him down, and it showed, He dominated. And that's what stars are going to do in this game on higher levels. Stars are going to be stars. And you have to, take that and and understand that, hey, this is LeBron James I'm playing against, or this is Kevin Durant that I'm playing against, and they're going to act like it, Played against Kawhi Leonard too, same thing. Kawhi gets off. It's a harder game. This year, it isn't for the faint of heart, man, and I think that's a good thing, as Kemba Walker with the crossover snatch. Where are you going, Goran? Well, anyway, this 2K isn't for the faint of heart, man. This is a 2K that you're going to have to really practice and grind in. You're going to have to lab, man, especially on higher levels. After I got beat by 42 in my first game, around that same time, Zara was putting out a bunch of videos, a bunch of hidden gems that nobody has seemed to watch, explaining the difficulty the difference between the difficulty levels. And he was saying on Superstar and Hall of Fame, there's more of an emphasis on you being able to consistently hit your shot releases, green release, whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. Because I know that game I shot 2 of 14 with Kemba, and I was wondering, what is going on, bro? Like, I'm getting good looks. You see me running the offense. You see me running series and set plays and stuff. Like, why am I getting these open looks and missing? Well, I had my answer right there. Like, it's harder to make shots unless you're consistently hitting your green releases or getting really good shot timing. You have to do that on the higher levels, because they made these higher levels, like Superstar and Hall of Fame, for more skilled people, under the assumption that these more skilled players are better at being able to consistently hit their shot timings. So it's kind of realistic, like, if you lock Stephen Curry and Ray Allen in a gym by themselves, they're going to knock down the majority of their shots. See what I'm saying? Like, you have to really hop in the lab and you have to really grind. So when I did that with Kemba Walker, I got to a point where I could hit 4 of 7 out of green, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, this is a little more consistent than before. Normally I'm a late release type of guy, but now I'm starting to hit these excellent releases, and I'm hitting 4 out of 7, green, which is good for me, like, it's decent. I can be a lot better, and it's going to take a little bit more practice. But I will get there eventually. And after I did that with Kemba, I hopped back into this game with the Heat, and it was a lot better experience for me. Kemba had like 32 and 13. I was doming off with him. I was getting shots with him. I was knocking down shots with him. It was just a different experience. And I was up big, and I really hate that I blew this lead. But, you know, the Heat started catching on to what I was doing offensively, and they made the adjustments, and I didn't quite make enough adjustments on defense, you know, so they clawed back, and they were able to beat me this game. But, you know, it was a better overall experience. They didn't shoot anywhere nearly as high of a percentage from the field. I shot a lot better, you know, and it was just a better experience. So if you hop in the lab and you practice and you grind, I promise you these higher levels won't seem impossible, man, because, you know, I've won a couple games on these higher levels. I beat the Orlando Magic. I know it's the Magic, but still, it was a great win for me. It felt good. It was a realistic game, very close and competitive, and I adjusted throughout the entire game, and that's something you really have to do, and that's something I'm about to get into right now. Listen, this is not a game that you can just hop on Superstar Hall of Fame and just dribble around and think you can just, you know, dance your way to the cup for easy buckets, man. This is not that 2K. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, this is not that 2K. Go ahead and get that out of your mind right now. You cannot do that on this game. It's impossible. The defense is just too good this year, man. You're not gonna be able to do it. You're gonna have to, at bare minimum, run some type of freelance. I would suggest 2 or 3 different freelances if you're gonna do anything. This is that 2K, man. If you don't want to do that, then you're gonna have to bump the level down. You're gonna have to play on pro. Like, it's that simple. You're gonna have to play on pro this year, because on Superstar, you're not gonna be able to do what you wanted to do like last year. There's no more blow-bys. There's no more dribble cheese. There's none of that, man. Like, you gotta play ball. You gotta move the ball. If you don't have anything, you're trying to break somebody down, and you don't have them within the first 2 moves, or a move and a counter move, and they stop you, move the ball. Move it. Try something else, because that dribbling out the shot clock stuff, like, that's dead this year. I promise you. You're not getting your shots off like that this year. So you're really going to have to run some type of freelance. I would suggest going into coach settings and turning your plays to auto. Usually I don't do that because I like running my own offense, but Czar has set up the offense so well this year to where all you have to do is put your play call into auto and then use your coaching menu in game to set up exactly who you want to run through, what type of actions you want. It's just perfect, man. If you want, you can go in and set up your playbook and have the plays that you want to run for certain people, and then set your playbook or your play call into auto, and then use the coaching menu to get the exact type of actions you want. That's what I'm doing right now, and I'm telling you, that coaching menu is so clutch this year, man. Just hit right on the D-pad. You can run, you know, plays for shooters. You can run plays for specific shooters. You know, you can run different series and different. It's just perfect. Like, just trust me. If you're trying to play on a higher level, set your play calling to auto, and you will have a much better experience, man. I promise you. This really wasn't supposed to be a tips and hints video, because I got a lot more of those coming later on. But I feel like I'm going to go ahead and throw these in here with the review, because a lot of people are basing their review of this game off of things that they can't do anymore like they could last year. And I feel like that's totally unfair. So I'm going to go ahead and give y'all some tips to help y'all mitigate your problems and help you adjust. You know what I'm saying? So as far as adjusting on offense, you have to know who's on the floor. When Kemba's on the floor for me, I'm going to run a certain type of offense. I'm going to run through Kemba. But if he's not on the floor, then I'm going to change my offense a little bit, because we can't do the same things that maybe we could have done with Kemba on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So if Kemba's on the floor, then I'm running through him. But if he's not on the floor and I have somebody like Malik Monk, you know, as my primary scorer, or Jeremy Lamb coming off the bench, he's my primary scorer, I'm going to look to get my shooters open a little bit more, you know, or maybe run offense through them a little bit more. Or, you know, it's just different. Like, you have to understand your personnel on the floor and adjust according to that. You really got to pay attention to who you have on the floor. Because if you're trying to run offense for a platoon that you have on the floor that doesn't quite have the right players on it, then you're going to be running some plays that are not productive. And you're going to go through some really, really cold stretches. And then you're going to be wondering why these plays aren't working, or why this ain't happening, or why that ain't happening. It's because you're not running the right stuff. Your strategy's not right. You don't have the right strategy for what you have on the floor. So please pay attention to what lineup you're rolling out, and make sure you have your game plan set accordingly, and on the fly coaching menu in game. So you have the right things going for you in your offense. So that's pretty much it, man. Like, to everybody saying this game's too hard, first, all I can say is really grind, lab, and adjust. It's that simple. You know, this is what this 2K is all about this year. Grinding, labbing, and adjusting. So that's pretty much it on my review of the game. You know, I hopped in the park, and I've been hopping in Jordan Rec, and park is pretty fun this year, man. Like, this is probably the first year that I am seriously considering playing, you know, Jordan Rec and, you know, hopping in the neighborhood all year, because it's legitimately fun. You know, like, it probably won't be as fun for me later on down the road, of course, when they start patching the game up, but right now I am enjoying that joint to the fullest. You know what I mean? I got some boys with me, and we hop in the rec and we play. I play a lot with my little brother. I play a lot with, you know, some of my sim homies I've made over the years. Hopped in Jordan Rec. As a matter of fact, last night we came back from like 15 down to win by like 25. It was the craziest turnaround I've ever seen in my life once we sat down. So I have a 5'10" shot creating playmaker I got, and I've been having a blast, man. It's been really fun. I think it's like 85 overall now. So we've been in the park a lot. So hey, get at me on PSN if you ever trying to run some Jordan Rec or some park or something. I'll run, man. Like, I don't care. It's fun. If you just need a point guard to move the ball for you, like, that's me. I'll be that guy. I'm gonna leave my PSN in the description. It's quehouston on PS4, for all my PS4 boys out here. But I mean, that's pretty much it, man. Like, I ran into Travis Scott in the park yesterday. It was the craziest thing ever. I got a video on that coming soon, probably later on today, maybe tomorrow. But Travis Scott, we were in the park with Travis Scott, man. That was the craziest thing I've ever experienced on 2K. Just being in there with a celebrity. I highly doubt that it was actually Travis Scott, but it was definitely Travis Scott's player avatar with the star over his head. So I'm just gonna say it's Travis Scott. You know what I'm saying? Because he one of my favorite artists, and Astroworld is fire, album of the year. But that's pretty much it, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you share it, like it, subscribe it, or subscribe to it. Sheesh. And I'll see y'all next time, man. I got a lot more stuff coming for y'all. Stay on the lookout. Got my league coming up soon. I'm gonna have some playbook tutorials and playbook stuff and defensive setting stuff. So just stay tuned. I got a lot of good content coming for y'all this year as we play basketball on this end. And I'll holler at y'all next time, man. All right.